ladies and gentlemen, Garry Moore.
Thank you, Bill Wendell. Hi, friends. Good to see you. Our first guest today is a former Roman Catholic nun. She was also given permission to undertake an extraordinarily demanding job outside the church, and as a result, eventually it all became too much for her. And it's an interesting story, and we'll meet it as soon as we meet our interesting panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Bill Cullen. Kitty Carlisle. Joe Garagiola. And Peggy Cass.
So how's everybody?
Oh, good.
Well,
Thank you,
let's
sir.
forge ahead and say hello to our first guest, a former nun.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Joyce Duco.
Number two.
My name is Joyce Duco.
Number three.
My name is Joyce Duco.
Now, you just don't say about a former nun that two of them are not telling the truth, but that's the way it is. Only one of them really is, Joyce Duco, and here is her pronouncement. Says, I, Joyce Duco, was a Roman Catholic nun and a juvenile probation officer at the same time. Now I am neither, and here's the story. While a nun, I applied for a job with the juvenile court. After much discussion, the church granted me permission. Thus, during the week, I worked with young dope addicts, thieves, teenage prostitutes, and psychotics. Then at night, I returned to the convent and remained there over the weekends. Eventually, I found the two startlingly different worlds impossible to reconcile. Torn between the desperate reality of my secular job and my commitment to the spiritual life, I asked for and received a papal dispensation from my vows. The story of my unusual dual life was turned into a television movie of the week called The Weekend Nun, signed Joyce Duco. And while we all get settled down here, we'll have a short chat for you from the sponsors. Now, we have with us three young ladies. They all say that they are Joyce Duco, a former Roman Catholic nun who worked as a juvenile probation officer. We'll start the questioning with Peggy Cass, please.
Thank you. Number three, what order did you belong to?
I belong to the Madams of the Sacred Heart.
Number two, did you belong to the Madams of the Sacred Heart as well?
No,
which
I belong
one?
to the Sisters of Charity.
And number one, which order did you belong to?
Sisters of St. Joseph.
That's the Josephite sisters.
No, Sisters of St. Joseph.
Okay. Now, number two, if you're a nun, in fact, you do not take holy orders, so why would you need a papal dispensation to get out?
Because you take vows.
But, I mean, can a bishop absolve you of those vows? I mean, you have to go
no.
all the way to Rome for that?
Yes, well, for a leave of absence, you would not have to go to Rome, but for a papal dispensation, you would have to go to Rome.
Thank you. And number one, was that a semi-cloistered order or just a regular teaching order?
Regular teaching order.
Thank you. Well, now, number one, once you left, are you still in that kind of work? Are you still in probation work? Or work?
No, I'm not.
What do you do now?
I'm a secretary for a land development company.
And where do you live now?
I'm living in Colorado.
Thank you. Now, number three, how long were you a nun?
I was a nun for 7 years.
Now, number two, how did the job come about to work? I mean, who came to you in the convent and said, gee, sister, I think you'd make a terrific probation officer? I mean, how did that happen?
No, no one came to me in the convent. I had been teaching children and had been especially good with bad children, I had been told, and I sought the job as a probation officer.
Thank you very much. We're going down to Bill.
Number one, you mentioned because of the pressing demands of your other job, you asked to be relieved of your vows. Was there any change as far as your belief, if that's not too personal a question, as far as your faith is concerned before you asked to be released from your vows?
No, I didn't leave the church. I changed my form of life, style of life.
And number 3, do you two feel exactly about God and religion as you did while you were a nun?
Yes, I do.
Number 2, was it difficult for you to get dispensation, or is it a thing? There's so much of that now. We hear so very much about people who are being relieved of their vows and their obligations. Was it difficult for you to get relief, as far as that's
No,
concerned?
you mean papal dispensation?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it wasn't difficult. I had taken a leave of absence for a year. And then at that time, I made up my mind and wrote the letter that went through the major superiors to Rome, giving the reasons, and it takes just 6 weeks.
And you are now no longer doing the other job that you were doing.
Yes, I was.
Are you doing that at the present time?
No, but I was doing it at the time I got the dispensation.
What are you doing now, number 2?
We'll never know. The buzzer buzzed. And Kitty.
I would like to follow that line of questioning. Number 2, what do you do now?
At the present time, I am with the Southwestern Psychological Institute testing hyperactive children.
Thank you. Number 3, are you now free to marry?
Yes, I am.
And do you contemplate it in the near future?
I think I would like to try it, yes.
You'd like to try it?
I didn't know in that club that you were allowed to try it.
I didn't either.
I didn't think you had one for trial runs.
And number 1, it's unfashionable to call children bad children these days. Number 2 said she was very successful with bad children. Do you think there are any really bad children?
No, I don't think so. I think that their situation can cause them to do wrong things, but I don't think that they begin bad. I think
Thank
that
you.
the circumstances.
Number 3, we didn't ask you what you do now.
I'm not presently working.
How do you support yourself if that's not an impertinent question?
Well, with the help of some friends.
I see. Number 2, why was this dichotomy?
I'm going to butt in here for a moment, Kitty, because something, it bothered me at the moment. When number 2 made some reference to the bad children, in a lower voice, she said something to the effect of, or so they were called.
I didn't
which
hear
which
that.
I thought
Thank
at the
you.
time, perhaps you didn't hear.
Thank
I
you
don't mean
very
that to
much.
influence anybody's
Right.
vote one way or another, but let's go to Joe.
Gary, before I start, I must say I'm anxious to meet the real Joyce Duco because she had written me a letter with this movie and what should she do with it, and I said I didn't feel I was qualified, but if she felt strongly in it, she should send it to the networks, and I wished her good luck and so forth and so on. So at least I did answer the letters, and I do get 2 points with the real Joyce Duco, whoever you might be. But, so I'm anxious to meet you.
Fascinating.
Number 3, you live in a convent when you were a nun. What do you call where you get the orders, you know, from your immediate superiors? Is there a special name where they live, or?
No, it's in the convent.
It's in the convent. Well, before number 2, before John 23, who was Pope?
I can't remember. I haven't been in that long.
What does Webster College mean to you, number 1? Anything in St. Louis?
Webster College is in St. Louis.
And number 1, you said something about a major superior. What did you mean? Something about major superiors? Was that you?
Number
No.
2.
Number two.
Number 2. What did you mean, number 2? Oops. Okay.
I'm sorry, Joe. The bell cut you down. We must vote on what we have learned. We must vote for number 1, or number 2, or number 3. I hope you'll remember that we pay each team of challengers $50 for each wrong vote. We pay them $500 if they stump the panel completely. And Peggy starts, please.
Well, I think they were all fine, but I just really am convinced that it's a number 1.
All righty. An intuitive vote for number 1?
No, I just think she was a nun. I went to school with a lot of nuns, and she looks, those other 2 I don't think look like nuns.
All righty. Bill Cullen.
I think Peggy and I have pretty much the same background, and there's something about, I don't know, you sort of look and you say, this has to be a nun. I mean, we could very easily be wrong, but I went the same way Peggy did.
All right.
Number 1.
Pair of ones and Kitty.
Well, I never went to school with nuns, but I think number 2 was absolutely marvelous, and number 3 kind of looked like a nun to me at some point. But I voted for number 1 too.
Well, now here we have a Joe. Do you recognize the handwriting and the voice?
No, I tell you one thing. When you ask the wrong question, a nun can look at you only one way. And man, it's got to be number one. Got to be. Because when I said number one, Major Superior, she gave me that, you go see the priest about that. Father will take care of you.
All right. On that basis, let us then say, will the real Joyce Duco please stand up? Joyce, my dear, I'm afraid you came on the wrong show. We got things stacked against you today.
I agree with him. It will be a pleasure also to meet Mr. Garagiola.
Let us find out about number two. Number two, what is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Marcia Hughes, and I'm a legal secretary here in New York City, but I am, incidentally, a Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist. And number three, how about you?
My name is Debbie Barkham, and I'm a housewife and mother and a Methodist.
Sorry you didn't have better luck, but we enjoyed it. Enjoyed having all three of you with us, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care, Charlie. Now let's say hello to our airline steward.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Jerry Williams.
Number two.
My name is Jerry Williams.
Number three.
My name is Jerry Williams.
And here is a high-flying story of Jerry Williams. It goes as follows. I, Jerry Williams, am one half of the first husband and wife steward and stewardess team in airline history. And here's how it came about. As an ex-Marine, I had a job when I met Terry, who was an airline stewardess. Shortly thereafter, we got married. It slowly dawned on me that for the same amount of work, she was earning more money than I was. So I quit my job, went to flight attendant school, and hit the skies. It was a great move. Not only have I shaken the frustrations of my old job, but half the time, my wife and I are working on the same flight. Terry did have a small problem when male passengers asked her out for a date. We solved it by having prominently pinned on her lapel the word Mrs. Signed, Jerry Williams. And it does seem that in all fairness, they should have had on his jacket married. Yeah. You know, that male lib or whatever. Let's start the questioning with Joe, please.
Number two, what were you doing before you became a steward?
I was teaching school.
Number one, what duty as an airline steward bugs you the most?
Nothing really bugs me. I enjoy the job thoroughly. No problems.
Number three, what type passenger bugs you the most?
I think the intoxicated one.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn, number two, in the Marines that has really helped you be an airline steward?
I really can't say.
How about you, number one? Any particular phase of Marine life has really helped you?
Tolerance.
Tolerance in the Marines? Number three, would you answer that question?
I think discipline.
Discipline. And number three, how long did it take you to go through flight training school?
Approximately 5 weeks.
Uh-huh. Number two, do you have anything at all you're wearing right now that's part of your uniform?
The whole uniform is on my body now.
Number one, I'd ask you, but you look...
And Peg?
Thank you. And number three, who has seniority? You or your wife?
My wife.
And number three, what airline do you work for?
United Airlines.
And number two, which one do you work for?
United Airlines.
Oh, number one, you do too. Work for United, right? Okay. Now, number one, do you work in first class or tourist?
Depends.
Oh, they shift you. Listen, number one, do they still serve caviar on domestic flights if you pay for first class?
Yes, they do.
Thank you. Number two, where do you fly to?
We fly all over the United States.
And number three, do you ever get to go to Hawaii? Because I believe you go to Hawaii as well.
I'm waiting patiently.
But number three, your wife really would be eligible to go to Hawaii before you would, wouldn't she?
If her flight, if that's her flight, she can go to Hawaii.
But I mean, isn't the more seniority you get is the way you pick up that Hawaii flight? I think.
Well, she's flying 6.5 years.
Oh, Now, number two, have you ever had like? How do you handle babies? Or do you give those to your wife?
Well, we just, the women passengers take care of the babies. They might ask us to warm up the milk or to put up a bassinet, something of that nature.
Number one, how much you charge for the movies?
It's $2.
Thank you. And number three, do they have to pay for the...
Thank you, Peggy. We're going to go down to Bill Cullen.
Yeah, number one, do they still, in your business, do you still bid?
Yes, it's called buddy bidding. And in my case, my wife and I bid, and she takes my seniority. In other words, she has to come down to my 6 months, right?
Now, Joe,
Let me ask a question. No, I don't think any of us understand what bidding is.
You bid for flights, and according to seniority, is that your number one would know better than I?
Right. Well, you have seniority number one. And if there's someone you want to fly with, that's called buddy bidding, and you put your names in. And in the case of someone having seniority over someone else, the lower seniority is what you fly.
Number two, what kind of flight would you prefer to be on? A kind of flight where there are just a few cabin attendants, or one of the 747 flights where there's, what, as many as 12 or something like that? Which do you prefer?
I prefer the smaller airplanes, especially the 727.
And there are ordinarily, what, 3 attendants or 4 attendants?
It depends upon the airplane, whether it's a short one or a long one.
Number three, is there any ratio between the men and women cabin attendants on a flight? Might you get a flight with all men attendants, or is it usually pretty evenly spaced out?
It's pretty evenly spaced out. It's normally like one.
And Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. There's always all this business about the lady stewardesses having trouble with the male passengers. Number three, don't you ever have trouble with the women passengers? You're a good-looking fellow.
Occasionally.
How do you deal with it?
Diplomatically.
He surrenders.
Number two, it's quite true that you have your wife has seniority because she's flown longer. But do you have superiority as an officer because you're a man on the flight?
No, we're all equal on the airplane.
I see. Number three, you didn't say what you did before you were a flight attendant.
I worked for Basin Company, 40 Wall Street, as a round lot clerk.
I see. Number one, if you went around a crash landing, who would you help out first, the passengers or your wife?
Oh, well, the passengers.
Would you really? I hope she's not listening.
Yeah.
Number two, are there any rules about that if your wife happens to be on the flight with you?
Each flight attendant has a signed job, and that's what we do first.
No matter what?
That's right.
I see. And number one, did we find out what you did before you became a flight attendant?
No, you didn't. I was a mathematics teacher.
Where?
In Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
And on that note, we end the questioning, we start the thinking, and we begin to mark our ballots. What do you think? Is it number one? Or is it number two? Or is it number three? Joe is undecided, or...
Well, they all did such a great job, but I went number two because I tell you, he talks like a Marine. Number one did a great job, but he looked like he'd make those halls noisy.
All right, we got a 2 there. And Peg?
I really thought they were all great, but number three, I don't know, he's kind of suave. I don't know. I don't see him as that. But number two looks. And number one, you look too young. I mean, I'd put you in the children's section. So I voted for 2.
We got a pair of 2 showing down there. And Bill Cullen, how are you going to go?
I hope it's not happening again. But number 2 also struck me as a kind of fellow who could have been a Marine and who currently is engaged as a cabin attendant. So.
Gracious, when you talk about a team of panelists, we got them, they're all voting alike here. Brainwashing has set in. Catherine, are you going to... What have you got?
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous, huh?
Uh-oh.
It's unanimous.
Oh!
We got 4 votes for number 2. Let's take another picture. The 4 votes to number 2, Paul. All 4 of them are right under number 2, right?
Right.
Okay. The time has come. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get Terry, his wife, who we've been talking about, to come out here and pick out her husband. Terry, you'd recognize him at ground level. Say hello to Terry Williams. And Terry, who's she going to go to? Everybody. Son of a... They're a great-looking couple. Yeah. Look at those 2 together, and you know what they mean about the friendly skies of United, right? Yeah. Let's find out about their imposters. Number 1, what is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Robert Bilsing, and I'm a Management Development Coordinator for the Chase Manhattan Bank.
Number 3, what is your real name?
My name is Joe O'Donnell. I'm a detective with the City of New York Homicide Squad.
Terry, I have known that there were stewards. I've known of stewards on other lines, usually overseas lines. How long has United had stewards?
Domestically, only about 9 months, but we've had them on our Hawaiian runs for some number of years.
But is it a matter of law, Jerry, that you male lib?
More or less, yes. There was a Supreme Court ruling about 2 years ago, and as a result, males now can be stewards aboard aircrafts in American carriers.
Well, I look forward to flying with you, and thank you both for being with us, and thank you, gentlemen, also, on behalf of the fellowship. I'm told I have only time to say goodbye, so I've said goodbye. Thanks.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Townsend production.